Welcome to the Business Buyer Diaries. My name is Nathan Platter. I'm a full-time employee, and I bought a business. I did everything right, from finding the deal, handling all the due diligence on 63 opportunities, and ultimately bought a profitable gym. And boy, was I in for a big surprise as a new owner. I chronicled everything in real time, including the biggest wins to the stressful nights at 2 a.m. I'm sharing my journey without sugarcoating anything, so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. Here's today's episode. All right, good morning. So a few days ago, had the Friday check-in with my team, and it was helpful because I feel like the communication's been off between myself and the rest of the studio team ever since the tech migration got kick-started. That's been an area of tension, an area of frustration. They frustrated me because I didn't give them enough warning or enough training, and that's true. I did not. I gave them basically a week of heads up, and I neglected to forward learning materials onto them. And so instead of having a lot more time, they had a lot less time than what they wanted. And so the communication's been off with them. This past Friday, going in for the weekly, like, hey, where are things at? How are things going? How can I help? What problems need me to get involved with? What can I be doing to help us grow out of this thing? And it started off pretty curt, pretty kind of awkward, not gonna lie, because I'm there, I'm available, and I feel like I'm there open-handed trying to be helpful, and the other folks are very much like, oh, everything's great, nothing's wrong. Why? Should there be something wrong? Should there be a problem? There shouldn't be a problem because you're doing everything right, was the vibe that I was getting. And so just start off like, hey, like, things seem stressed. I don't want people to be stressed. That's not my objective. My goal is for this tech migration, get through the phase. So how can I help? How can I dive in? Tell me what needs to get done. What don't you have time for? What do you need to hand off to somebody else? What do you need to hand up to me? Let's get tactical. Let's get action item. Let's get checklist oriented. And it's like, well, this thing and this thing and this thing is an issue. So, okay, great. I will download all of this historical data that we're going to lose, and I will archive it here. We can then upload it there. Cool. I will take that on. What else can I be doing? And then just get people out of despair and anxiety mode and get them into next step action mode. And I'm preaching to myself on that one because right now I'm feeling in despair mode. I don't know how things are going to turn around. I don't know what I can be doing differently. I don't know what I can be doing to motivate people. I feel like a broken record in some areas, and going to corporate for help is not yielding any feedback. Right now, they're doing this 2-month focus on our migration thing, and I'm struggling here. We're not teed up to succeed and pay royalties for the long run right now. Like, we're not going to be able to keep the doors open for 10 years like they may want, and I don't know how to convey that when I say, like, hey, we're in a cash pinch. And so if corporate's not going to chip in on getting us out, I need to look sideways. I need to look at franchisees. I need to look at other business owners. I need to look at other folks that have gotten out or not gotten out and pick up gold nuggets from what I can do there. All I have to say, we're into a new week. Was able to explain to them how the cash cycle works, how the credit limit cycle works. I still think it's not landing through, but at least they're a little bit more knowledgeable. And the main question is, how much can I spend? How long is that amount good for? And I'm like, well, operating expenses, we're good from this day to this day. So, oh, I thought we just had no money. Like, we didn't have any money for the credit cycle. The credit cycle resets. Like, but we had no money. Like, yes, because it didn't reset. And so just telling them, hey, from this day to this day, we have this budget limit. From this day to this day, we have a brand new budget limit. We can't go over in one limit because there's just a hard cap. We just can't do that. So I'm learning to keep things very basic, very actionable, very directional of, hey, you do this, this, this. You do this, this, this. And to not assume people will magically figure it out if it's outside of their wheelhouse of expertise. What else is going on? Today I'm helping out another marketing agency owner. They're wanting to sell their agency. It's not something that's big enough to sell, I don't believe. And so trying to get out of my own head and get out of my self-thought cycle is, how can I help others? How can I help other people grow their thing or get out of their predicament? I'm not the expert. I'm not a guru. I'm not going to be able to fix people's problems, but I can at least get them out of 0 to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3. I'm not at a spot where I can get people from 5 to 6. Excuse me. But I can get someone who's a little bit newer than me out of their stuck spot. And so trying to help other people out, time permitting, is one of my areas I'm working to get out. I'm just tired. Just get out there. I'm just wiped out. Going to bed at 11, waking up at 6. I know that's 7 hours of sleep, but that's if you fall asleep the moment your head hits the pillow. But like working from 9 a.m. to 5, and then all of a sudden now you're a parent for 3 hours, and then you work for 2 hours, 3 more hours. It's just long days. And I want there to be a checkpoint of breathing better. And I don't see that checkpoint, and that's discouraging. And I want to say I want things to get better, but the classic, well, things won't get better until you get better. Okay, great. What should I be getting better at? And I don't know. The problem with having so much personal development and self-knowledge is you start to hear your own problems and you have your own solutions, but then how do you actually implement the realistic next steps on it? I don't know. Right now I'm going to go to hang out with a morning men's Bible study. I used to go there a long time ago. Haven't been in a while. I went last week and I'm coming back this week just to hang out with like-minded guys trying to make it or do well in life and with their families. Getting out of my head, getting out with other people, I think is good medicine. So that's where we're at. That's where we're going. And we're going to rock and roll. We're going to crush it. This has been another episode of the Business Buyer Diaries. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. I hope you're realizing that business ownership is no cakewalk. Check the podcast notes for a link to the DIY due diligence program, the complete list of show sponsors, and for media inquiries. Music written and composed by Wes Schrock. I'm your host, Nathan Platter. Join me again on the next one.